Now, this is a really interesting film. I was talking to Carla, and she was talking about how the director loves Pedro Almodovar.
Yeah.
And now I'm definitely seeing with these characters, what was each of your approach to very different characters? Starting with you.
Go ahead.
God, what was the approach? It was, you know, when I first read Bambi, I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, I've never even read a character like this, you know? And there was so much dialogue, like coming back from Women in Trouble, a lot of back and forth with Annie, and being a prostitute and being all scantily clad, and it's like, whoa. And then it just was this really dive right in, literally. We shot it in, what, 10 days or something? All our characters have 3-4 days.
Incredible.
So it wasn't even so much, there wasn't even time to really think about it or process it. It was just like, love it, let's go nuts, and let's just do it, you know? And Sebastian, of course, would guide us. But it wasn't the normal prep time, per se, that I would with any other character. Because it just happened so fast.
Yeah.
You know?
I can see that.
Yeah.
What about you? I mean, your character is like actually both of you, the ideal geek dream date, I think. Seriously.
Why, thank you. I mean, Trixie is just, you know, a clerk at a drugstore who's in love with Joey Gordon-Levitt's character, who's a porn blogger, and I thought it was such a sweet scene between her and Joey Gordon-Levitt, and I'd seen Women in Trouble, and I love Sebastian, and he's a friend, and it was just like this beautiful community that he had created, and I just said, you know, this was an amazing film. He goes, yeah, I have a part for you in the second one. I was like, you do? That's great. And read it and loved it, and just thought it was such a fun scene, and he's so, the characters that he writes are so, the banter's so witty, and the little monologue that she has is just kind of, it's very sexy and funny at the same time, and I love how Sebastian has a real knack for that.
And vulnerable.
So, yeah, and vulnerable, and anyway, so I was just, you know, I loved it, and for me it was 2 days of work, and it was, you know, 2 little scenes, and there wasn't too much prep work going into it as far as, you know, having to research, you know, and develop this crazy character, but it was a lot of fun to do.
Well, right there you said, you know, a girl who falls in love with a guy who's addicted to porn. What guy out there is not like, yes! No,
well, I might know of you.
Well, I also think that this is not just, it's not about porn, it's about these women and how different. I love your scene, your moment with in the bathroom. It's just such a sweet. There's a real beauty in this character too. I mean, from the first one to this.
Yeah.
How did you approach the changes she makes here?
Well, I think that was, you know, again, it's all in the writing, you know. I mean, at this point, you know, Sebastian and I had discussed how nice it would be to see Bambi not always in control and be flustered and, you know, not be, you know, she's always correcting Holly Rocket and she's always right. And in this, she's really taken aback, which is interesting. You know, I think in any character, when you get to see their vulnerability and their flaws or the things that scare them, suddenly they just become so real to you. And I think that that's the moment where we just go, wow, Bambi is real in this moment.
Now, you're both involved in the next one, I take it?
I think so.
I think
I hope so.
I'm like,
I just got introduced in this one, so I hope that continues.
Well, good luck with this film. It was so much fun watching you guys.
Great. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Yeah. I love you from Wrong Turn. I'm sorry.
oh,
I love that.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.